me some time to think. I'm in the bathroom looking at me. Facing the mirror is all I need. Wait until the Reaper takes my life. Never gonna get me out alive. I will live 1,000,000,000 lives. My patience is waning. Is this entertaining? My patience is waning. Is this entertaining? Got this feeling, yeah, you know, where I'm losing all control. Is this magic in my bones?
Welcome to episode 3 of Rivaled Pro Wrestling's Next Up. Joined with me today is the one and only James Dukes. You right? Now, James Dukes, today is only going to be you and I on commentary, as Stan is still recuperating after the vicious attack from myself earlier this week.
I've heard we've got footage of the attack which will be shown later today. But before we move on to anything, we start the show tonight with the Uzbek concert, something he promised Dallas Dorton. He's going to come out and he's going to perform a song.
An Uzbek original for us on Next Up from Rival Pro Wrestling. I gotta say, you're not gonna find this sort of entertainment anywhere else.
Yep, I mean, where else are you going to get a guy in a plastic mask performing a song? He's apparently going to be playing guitar as well.
Playing? Is there nothing this man can do? Sing, fight, play guitar, leave shitty feds. This man is the fucking dog's bollocks.
I think you mean, is there anything this man can't do? I think Uzbek can do quite a few things.
What did I say?
You said, is there anything this man can do?
Did I really fuck that up?
Yeah, it's the first line of the show, guy.
Uzbek, my baby boy, I apologize so dearly. You know I don't mean to hurt. I'm sorry. Please don't come and attack me after stage, my boy.
I mean, who knows? Maybe he will attack you. Maybe he'll get revenge for Stan. I mean, who knows? Uzbek might leave the Fed. He might be so livid at what you've just said. He might cry in his room tonight, fighting action figures. For all we know, it's the kind of things he does.
I do remember that rivalry with Dave, and now he is dubbed the Dave Slayer. I am very excited to see my rivalry of him should I be transformed into one of his little action figures.
Yeah, I mean, I fear the day I become an action figure, but let's get off of this waffling. It's time for the Uzbek concert.
Good evening, all. I am the Dave Slayer Uzbek. Diddling. And today, I have come here not just to share the ring with my opponent today, Mr. Dalton. I have come here to perform to all of you and to Mr. Dalton. But before we can do such a thing, we must understand and gather. Who wants to get loose with ooze? Oh, yes. Loose with ooze. I'm ooze, and who wants to get loose with ooze? Oh, Mr. Dalton, if you're there preparing in the back right now for our match, I just want you to take this moment to celebrate what I'm going to share with you. But firstly, Rival Pro Wrestling stands for. I said Rival Pro Wrestling stands for.
Loose with ooze.
Even I don't know. But that's the fun of it. So now, as we get ready to sing song and singity song, I want you all to be quiet and to share this moment of celebration with me as we celebrate the life, the match, the history. I know that you've been alone, Mr. Dalton. You've been, but you've been in love with me. And I know that you've been so cold, oh, you've been so cold, but you'll be warm with me. Today's gonna be a fun day, Sunday fun. Sunday's gonna be a fun day. Oh, Sunday's gonna be a fun day. Sunday's gonna be a fun day. I said that today's gonna be a fun day. I said that today's gonna be a fun day.
There's a tear in my eye. And it looks, I think Uzbek's going to perform another song. He's
getting
warming
ready.
up. Oh wait, the lights are turned off for his concert. Who's?
I'm getting word from backstage
Oh my
correspondents.
God! It's the head of security.
It's Discord Daniel.
It's Discord Daniel in his pink sliders. He's come. He's seen that Uzbek is going over his time slot. He was meant to perform one song, and it seems that Discord Daniel most definitely has a problem with it. I think his headset's just turned on.
I can't believe that Discord Daniel would have such an issue with upcoming artists that he has to come out here and destroy an amazing display of talent from Uzbek right there. I'm sat over here on my announce desk with a whole new fresh box of Kleenex from how badly I just cried during that Uzbek concert.
Mr. Uzbek, we didn't allot you a time slot. You're gonna have to get out of the ring. Otherwise, I will have to use the absolute force of my Sharingan. I'm getting in the ring. You know it. Come here.
Oh, it looks like Uzbek's running away. We're not going to get a match. We're just going to move on. Uzbek's running. Discord Daniel has terrified him. I would be terrified if I was ran up on by a man with the consistency of a meatball. Smooth as butter. And moving on, we have a huge match.
Yes, we have Dash Morgan versus Ricardo Pierce in a rematch from last week. Now, as I'm sure you guys know, last week it was Dash Morgan versus Ricardo Pierce in a loser leaves rival match. Now, these two had a fantastic match, but if you recall, Ricardo Pierce pinned Dash Morgan for what appeared to be a clean free count. But if you watch back that match, you will see that Dash Morgan did in fact have his feet on the ropes. And as it came out to later light, Dash Morgan was screwed over by our GM, Sarah Ace and Ricardo Pierce. As Sarah Ace herself had hired that referee underneath Frank Hunter's nose to help screw over Dash Morgan, as Sarah Ace has a clear vendetta against Dash Morgan. You know, he is your mother's favourite wrestler. So now it's Dash Morgan again versus Ricardo Pierce in a rematch for the ages. Now, I can't tell you guys who's going to win this match. Last week, it was so even. I had no idea who was going to win. I was on the edge of my seat. I thought the 15-minute count was going to run out and we would have to go on for an all-out brawl. Now, these two, I'm just getting told by Frank Hunter in my earpiece right now. It's due to the efforts of last week with Sarah Ace, he doesn't want any more attempts at Dash Morgan getting screwed over. This will not be a loser leaves rival match. It will just be a regular no holds barred match between Dash Morgan and Ricardo Pierce. That's your mother's favorite wrestler, Dash Morgan, headed to the ring, ready for his rematch against Ricardo Pierce after he was screwed over last week. And now Ricardo Pierce entering the ring again. And now it is Dash Morgan versus Ricardo Pierce in a rematch for the ages.
You have to imagine there's so much animosity between the two of these guys. Dash feels like everything the GM Sarah Page is doing is trying to make him lose his job. Ricardo, on the other hand, he must be getting quite annoyed. He's pinned Dash Morgan. He has no reason to be here. Sure, he was on the ropes. But Ricardo Pierce got a free count, which was mandated by a referee. We have no proof he paid off that referee. It was mentioned, but who knows? For all we know, that could have been a rumour.
Oh, quit the bullshit. You think someone like Sarah Page is going to sit there and not let someone else in on her fucking wits and what she's going to do?
You say that. The GM told Rick to fight dirty. It was Rick who was accused of paying off the referee.
Yes, but then it was then later brought to light that it was Sarah Page working with Ricardo Pierce.
See, on the contrary, my friend, she was working with him, but she simply said, fight dirty. She said, rake the eyes, poke them, hit some low blows when the ref's not looking. She never told Ricardo to turn around and make that money, Paige. Because you know, if she were to ask him to pay the referee off, it wouldn't be his money. She'd pay for it. He'd have to lift not a finger.
Then if you ask me, Ricardo still deserves to be in this rematch all the same for following the rules of Sarah Page, the bitch.
I wouldn't go that far. She's a bit of a cunt, but she's alright from time to time. I mean, she gave me the job. That's enough.
I think you'll find that it was Frank Hunter who finalised your employment here at Rival Pro Wrestling, as he did with everybody else. As Ricardo Pierce heads to the top rope and misses with a reversal from Dash.
Yeah, he was going for a big knee drop to the chest. Dash. Oh,
single leg Boston grab.
I think you'll find that's actually a Scorpion Deathlock, the leg-seated version of a sharpshooter, more focused on the knees and the hamstrings of your opponent.
Then that is my fault. I'm a fucking moron. As Ricardo Irish rips Dash Morgan into the corner.
Oh!
Repeated knee to the gut.
You can see some Muay Thai training there. That clutch around the back of the neck, folding him into those knees. Dash risking a lot of damage here in the corner. Ricardo went for a shot to the knee, but Dash Morgan, a neuralizer!
That was fucking beautiful and displays the absolute athleticism that Dash Morgan has. He might be a rough son of a bitch, but when it comes down to it, he can be as agile as the best, like Rey Mysterio.
You got to think that can be said about both men. As Ricardo with a stump pull, a pile driver, shades of Cactus Jack. That's gonna dive you right on your head. It could leave a concussion. Your trousers are being pulled. That's so much pressure on the top of your skull. And Dash Morgan to the top. Could we see a dashes to ashes?
Dashes to ashes! Can he go for the cover? Can he get the free count? 1, 2,
That's exactly what splits Dash Morgan apart from the rest. He can hit a high rope move out of nowhere and a punt kick. Oh my god.
He's going right back to the top ropes. Could this be another Dashes to Ashes? Dashes to Ashes! Goes to the cover once more. 1, 2, 3!
Dash Morgan turns around and he takes a victory from last week. That was a brutal showing. A Dashes to Ashes followed with a punt kick and a second Dashes to Ashes. That'll put anyone away.
That was fucking beautiful. And the match was so quick. That was such an upset victory. I'm sure Frank Hunter's quite happy now that it's 1-1 and all tied up. But I can tell you now, Sarah Page is going to be very upset.
You have to think, Rick Price, after what happened last week, he is going to be tired, he's going to be bruised. He's been training all week. You can imagine it's taken a toll on him. And clearly Dash Morgan knew it. He went straight for the ribs and the lungs. That's going to take the air out of you. And that's going to take us to our next match. And moving on, we have a huge debut. A woman who is world-travelled in Love Pierce going to introduce an absolute megastar of the women's division. She goes by Just Lucy, but that's all you need to hear to know that she is the best of the best.
And you know, she really thinks that about herself because she's given herself that Beyonce, that Rihanna, that Madonna vibe where it's just the one name. All classic people go by one name.
And you have to think she must be a star as she is followed to the ring by Amber. What a manager!
Amber, I don't know who the fuck Amber is. Who's Amber?
Amber. Do you not know Amber?
I have never met or seen an Amber.
Amber, we're waiting on them to get ready for their match. She is on the match card, right there, next to Lucy. It says Lucy versus Love Pierce, and it says Lucy, W, which means with, Amber.
Now, I don't know what kind of match card you're looking at, but for me that says 1-on-1 Lucy versus Love Pierce with no mention of an Amber.
I think you're delusional.
I don't know. I feel like if we ask the audience and the people of the Rival Universe if it says Lucy with Amber or Lucy versus Love Pierce, they will more be seeing Lucy versus Love Pierce.
You know what? We'll see when the match starts. You'll see Amber coming out to the ring and you'll go, oh, that's Amber. We all love Amber. Amber's the one who buys me my coffees in the morning.
No, Stan is the one who buys me my coffees in the morning.
Stan knows Amber.
I don't think... If you're using Stan as a reference point for someone existing that clearly doesn't exist...
If you're going to try and gaslight me into thinking Amber doesn't exist, let's move on to the match.
Stan is on your side. You do not have a role here.
Everyone's on my side.
And that is Lucy, now in the ring, making her debut to Rival Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, this, I don't even know what to say. You can see Amber with her, my man. She's next to her. She's just gotten out of the ring. She is accompanying Lucy. What else do you need to see?
You're just fucking delusional, bro.
When you're born into a fire, let 'em burn it out. Sell 'em to the richest part. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it to battle.
was Love Pierce. As we come into our first women's single action of the evening, it's Love Pierce versus Lucy.
As much as Lucy's got the momentum of a debut on her side, you got to think Love Pierce wants this win. She is in a bit of a deep end right now, as last 2 weeks ago, I think it was our first show, our first ever match, Love Pierce lost it. She came in on debut. Next is the Egyptian technician magician. Whoa! Ignoring what's going on, that Mayorana countered by Lucy with a front flip. But yeah, as I was saying, Nestis, she picked up a victory in the first match of Rival.
Now, well, you're saying that Lucy will be coming in with the newcomer's advantage and energy. You have to think, Love Pierce already has that rival feel.
Of course. And another thing, as much as Lucy is a lot bigger than Love, you got to think that speed advantage of the high flyer is really going to come into effect.
Yes, of course, Love Pierce, fueled with anger and has the experience of a rival pro wrestling ring match already. I think Love Pierce has a high chance of winning this match against the upcomer debuter, Lucy.
And she's showing that right now as she hits a tilt-a-whirl head scissors reminiscent of Trish Stratus. Avoiding a spear from Lucy, but Lucy recovers quickly. Always love that from her.
Now, I'm going to say this right now, James Dukes. We're about a minute and a half into this match. I still don't see a fucking Amber.
She's right there.
There is no Amber.
You look at the end, she is on the other side of that corner.
I am looking at the end. All I'm seeing are some steel steps and an E.
Hold on. Amber! Amber! Wave! Look! She's waving!
Did we lace your drink?
No! Are you wearing blind glasses?
Are you wearing stupid?
Are you wearing blinder glasses and stupid glasses?
Are you wearing Stan glasses?
Are you wearing the brand new Rival t-shirts that we're bringing out this Sunday at Disco Inferno?
That can be ordered through redbubble.com
And our own website, www.joinrival.com.
No, that bit was just whole promotional material stuff. As Lucy comes up, gets caught with the kick, and Love Pierce,
a sling blade!
drop kick right to the face. That's going to give Lucy something of a concussion.
I enjoy that you, as our budget's low, you moved our singular mic to my face because you didn't know what to call that move. As you just thought, don't worry, Jukes will know. He's got the call.
Now, I'm sure you guys have realized that we have gone past the 10 count and nothing has happened. That is because, once again, here on Next Up Rules, there are no 10 counts, there are 15 counts, as to keep the action going as long as possible.
We do not want a match ending without a victor. We give you guys enough time to fight outside the ring, to do whatever you need, even if you just want to take a quick breather. You've got that 15 seconds and it proves for a good match.
I mean, as we saw with Dwayne Morris versus Quamir.
Oh my god, what
Match
a match.
of the year material.
Canada.
They both utilized the 15
Oh, hang on,
count.
Love Pierce to the top. A moonsault, Kurt Angle, Eagle heart out.
Going for the cover, 1, 2. Oh, a kick out by two at Lucy. I've got to say, I expected that kick out. That didn't look like it would take someone like Lucy out of the question.
Oh, but the piercing elbow misses. Lucy rolls out of the way.
Lucy, what was Lucy thinking of doing? She second-guessed herself and she Irish rips Love Pierce into the corner, repeating punches to the face.
Oh my, beating down Love Pierce. There's that cracked side of Lucy. She is mildly insane. Luckily she's got Amber with her to even out the odds.
Mildly insane isn't... Shut the fuck up. There is no Amber.
Amber is right there. Look at this as she goes for the trip to hell, I believe she calls that, the Canadian Rat DDT.
1, 2.
But Love
kick out at
Pierce.
2.
That is something that Lucy has put opponent after opponent away with that. It's a huge DDT. It drives your head with so much momentum into the mat. As she now, the spiral tap. Could that be it?
Goes to the cover, 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out at 2. I gotta say, I expected Lucy to pick up the victory there.
Love Pierce, she has so much drive, so much power. And as we know, it's about drive and it's about power. And Lucy trying to take the charge again.
Trip to hell! Goes to the cover. This has to be it. 1, 2. Oh my fucking god! I even said 3.
I told you, it's about drive, it's about power. The two collide in mid-air. We stay hungry, they devour.
I do miss those chicken hens that stand with us. Oh, Love Pierce!
Oh!
Love Pierce with the rollout and quick single leg
A
kick.
single leg drop kick to the head. Lucy now getting sent off the ropes and out of the ring. Love Pierce knowing she's hurt. Her head has to be in a lot of pain right now. She's going to take her to the outside. Work on the arm, it seems. It removes that trip to hell. The lift won't be able to be done without the arms.
Now, ladies and
Back to
gentlemen,
it. Oh.
ladies and gentlemen, I do have Frank Hunter in my ear. He has told me that the announce table is going to probably stay like that for a while because he's too lazy to change it.
And I've also heard he likes it. It's there because we're sat at the top of the ramp. We're cushy, we're comfy. Why would we want to sit at a table that someone's potentially going for it? I've got my Pepsi Max sponsor sat next to me, and I don't want that dropped. Oh, Love Pierce, a cradle fall-away slam.
But Lucy able to very quickly grab the ropes to break up the pin count.
Oh, but another one.
Right in the middle of the ring this time, but she didn't go for the pin.
Yeah, the bridge, not using it, but instead going to the top rope. We're going to see another attempt at a piercing elbow to Lucy.
This
Pin.
has to be it. 1, 2.
3. No!
Oh my god.
These women heard what we were saying about Dwayne Cormier and this. They want to give it. They want to give everything they have. And that's exactly what they're doing. Oh, another attempt. Lucy spins out of the way. Love finds nothing but air.
It's like we were saying earlier, Lucy is coming in with that newcomer energy, and Love Pierce is coming here with the intent of getting revenge, wanting to even out her WLD.
That was a big kick to the face. No pulling back. Lucy, look at... Oh! Shades of Eddie Guerrero with a big wrist lock arm drag to the top.
Viva la raza!
Oh, rolls through. Oh,
Knee to the face. Oh my god, Lucy, you fucking son of a bitch!
that was a horrid knee and then just driving the neck over and over. Lucy lifts up.
Trip to hell!
Yosuka cutter, almost a trip to hell. Lucy didn't get that hip rotation in to turn it into a DDT, but she's going to get the rotation in. Love Pierce avoids the spiral tap. And now,
Love Pierce.
Poison Rana! That's how you call it. It's not just a Hurricane Rana.
That sent Lucy ragdolling across the whole entire ring. As Love
Again!
Pierce,
Piercing
the elbow. This has to be it. And she goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3.
Love Pierce ruins Lucy's first night. I can't believe it.
I thought our upcomer Lucy had this in the bag.
I guess that's the veteran instinct of Love. She's been in this ring for nearly a decade now. She takes the victory.
She also knew what to expect coming into a rival ring. When
Exactly.
she had her loss the first week she was here, she saw what she did wrong and she hasn't repeated it, thus giving her the victory.
However, you can't take anything away from Lucy. That wasn't a decisive victory. That was a wrestling match.
I can say now, if any of these women had landed even just one more move on each other, that would have been the end of the match. And it is with the veteran prowess of Love Pierce that she was able to get that move in first against the upcomer Lucy.
What a match. Lucy may have come in with a loss, but she's come in and proved that she can do it. And after that, it seems that we have footage of your attack on Stan.
Right, yeah, so Right, as you guys are aware, in the chat last week, I was peckish, right? So I took some chicken wings that I just sort of found in the fridge. They turned out to be Stan. You know Stan the man in the van, Stan, our co-commentator. And he just kind of got a bit lippy with it, so I don't like admitting this, but when I saw Stan, I was overcome with a wave of rage, a wave of anger. I saw stage and I brutalized Stan. There are no words yet invented in the English dictionary that can describe the fucking sheer pain and suffering and torture I put Stan through earlier this week, and it is thankfully, I say thankfully like it benefits me, but Frank Hunter has camera crews everywhere in the arena as to make sure that nothing is missed in case anything like this happens. And sadly enough, it was caught on camera.
And I'll be calling this as it is. I cannot believe I'm prepared to see something disgusting. You guys were coming out during a dark match. Stan saw you coming, hit you with an inverted atomic drop, struck you down. He was on top of you until you decided to hit him with a fireball punch to the midsection, poke him in the eye, and then like a coward, you ran away.
I don't like seeing this as much as you guys. Like, that was really hard for me to sit through. And Frank Hunter has another announcement later on that he's going to be making, and I'm not.
I don't talk. You've disgusted me. Let me explain what's going on while you think about your actions. You could have killed him. You could have killed a man.
I could have blinded him.
You could have blinded him. You could have killed him with that fireball punch. If you had accidentally summoned a genuine Hadouken or Kamehameha, his whole chest would have been caved in.
And that is something that I am physically able to do as a commentator here at Rival. When you sign up, you are taken to a Grand Wizard and given powers.
That's true. That's why I wouldn't call them a Grand Wizard though. There are a lot of connotations around that you don't want to be bringing up, my friend. He calls himself Le Grand Marm Wizard, actually.
And this wizard was in a really shoddy cloak. He stunk like...
He had hair like a microphone. The texturing, it was so solid. It was this solid afro that just didn't move.
Some might think it was the Grand Mamba.
Who knows? There's a lot of 7'4" people in the world with afros that don't move.
But the thing is, it couldn't be Le Grand Mamba because I brought it up to him, and Le Grand Wizma,
The Grand Marm Wizard.
So the Grand Marm Wizard left the room, and then a few moments later, the Grand Mamba walked right back in.
Holding a cloak in his hand.
Oh,
He must have killed the Grand Marm Wizard. As we go into the next match in the World Title Tournament. Very different side to Daisuke Karichi after weeks of bereavement in the locker room, just being put down and put down. He has said it's awoken in him the Karichi definitely.
dodging death in the 6 speed. Amphetamine got my stomach feeling sickly. I want it all now. I've been running through the pussy, need a dog pound. 100 models getting faded in a compound. Tryna love me, but they never get a pulse down. Cause I'm heartless, and I'm back to my ways, cause I'm heartless. All this money and this pain got me heartless. All life, cause I'm heartless. Said I'm heartless, tryna be a better man, but I'm heartless. Never be a wedding man, but I'm heartless. No life, cause I'm heartless. Said I'm heartless, so much pussy be falling out the pocket. Metro Boomin turn this hoe into a mosh pit. That's a
And that was Quamir making his way to the ring against Daisuke.
The American Barbadian son, he calls himself the son of Barbados, or the king of Barbadians. He's going to take on the Karuchi Death Machine. This is not going to be an easy fought match.
Now, if we remember from Quamir's first
Whoa! Out of nowhere, the super kick!
match, he has a tendency for putting on match of the year candidates. I think that he is going to be very able to easily replicate that with someone like Daisuke.
Daisuke, as much as people talk down on him, when it comes to the ring, he can go. He has so much skill, and as much as, yes, he did have to use some underhanded tactics to beat Le Grand Mamba, he beat Le Grand Mamba.
Underhanded tactics. He rolled up Le Grand Mamba after distracting him with his former tag partner's theme song.
That's where you're wrong. Daisuke didn't cause the distraction. We still have no note on who did.
Oh, so you think someone randomly played Don's theme song to distract Mamba? No. What I think happened was that Daisuke knew that he couldn't beat someone like Le Grand Mamba, so he didn't have to resort to cheap tactics.
Super kick!
He resorted to cowardly tactics.
Look, I get what you're saying, but when you are the biggest, think of it like this, when you're in prison, the biggest guy will always get a lot of little guys coming around to try and beat him. You come into a Fed-like rival and you want to beat the biggest guy in the room. There are so many people that are going to have a crosshair on the back of Le Grand Mamba. And as Daisuke goes for a pin on Quamir, kick out. He was really working on the arm. It's hard to push your opponent off of you after that.
Now as Daisuke picks up Quamir, and Quamir reverses with a nice kick to the leg as he puts him.
Butterfly suplex pin, bridging over.
One.
Look at that.
Kick out at one from Daisuke. As Quamir now goes to pick him. Oh no, he's attacking the arm of Daisuke. A very good tactic from Quamir there, because as we both know, if you don't have your arms, there's no way you're going to be hitting someone.
Of course, and if you look back at the bridge from Quamir, you can see the martial art. I mean, a bit of martial arts training is that bridge was very reminiscent of a reverse Moonigatami, a chest hold, lifting up both arms while he bridged over as he traps the legs, twists through, maybe, no, not a sharpshooter, grabs the arms, maybe a Romero special, but instead stomps the head down of Daisuke.
Daisuke's been beaten up and bruised a bit in this match so far as Quamir hits him with another 2 count.
I suppose the good thing about Daisuke's face paint is he gets busted open. You're not going to see it as Quamir may be going for a submission move on the legs there. I'm not sure if he uses one, but out of nowhere, a big single move face buster. No!
And a kick out at 2 from Quamir. You know, you bring up an interesting point. Use of face paint from Daisuke to possibly cover up any blood. I think he's more of a pussy than he lets people on. I mean, if he was really
Oh no! Oh my god!
a running knee to the face as he now charges up his finisher to possibly end Quamir. Oh, Quamir with the reversal.
Actually, the leg hits a big belly to belly, maybe a Barbadian to belly, as he locks in a Fujiwara armbar, the wacky Gatami, pulling back on the bicep and shoulder tendons, and oh my god, another knee.
Daisuke, he got out of that so quickly, it's like it didn't even affect him slightly.
Daisuke has
into a fireman's carry position, taking him over to the ropes, bouncing him off, as you saw his arm went over there right before his neck, so that must have really done some damage to his arm.
Daisuke has talked about his MMA background. He's trained a little bit in a few martial arts, I'm pretty sure, and that's exactly why a Wakigatami, as much as it's to a lot of people hard, he's going to get out of it quick. He knows exactly how to. And a 2 count.
Oh, I thought that was it. But the brutal display that Daisuke just did to Quimir playing possum the whole time, it seems.
Kick to the head. And Quimir went for a big roundhouse punch. Doesn't do much as a crevasse suplex landing on the upper neck and trapezoid area.
As you can see, that really did a bit of damage to Quimir. He needed to take some time to really think of the pain that he had just endured. As Daisuke now taking him over to the ropes with a quick reversal from Quimir.
Elbows to that midsection, maybe preparing him. He does use that powerbomb into a cutter to crown the Barbadian.
As you saw, Quimir just hit him with a receipt with another cravat suplex of his own.
And once again on the tendons, but as I was saying, the elbows to the gut, possibly preparing for that crown the Barbadian. If you get dropped into a cutter like that, it will hurt your gut. And a
a
backflip!
beautiful reversal from a German suplex.
That's exactly what you expect from two world title contenders.
It's exactly what you expect from Quimir.
Quimir, the match of the year machine.
Quimir, he's not letting anything up. Do the damn thing! It's now Daisuke.
I think he's busted open. He's wiping something out of his eyes. It's Quimir! What's this? A sharpshooter in the middle of the ring!
Nowhere near the ropes. He either has to break out or tap out.
If I was in that, as much as I've done my judo training, as much as I am the first Dan, that's gonna hurt. If I can't get out, I'm gonna tap.
Daisuke somehow coming out.
A hurricane back fist and another one. Big
Discus
lariat.
clothesline.
Big ripcord lariat, Trek 7 and
Another single leg face buster as he goes to the cover. 2, 3. Daisuke has picked up the victory and is moving forward to the title match at Disco Inferno.
The Karichi definitely puts away the king of the Barbadians.
Now it's got to be an upset victory, not only for myself, not only for Frank Hunter, but for everybody else in that locker room who wanted Daisuke to fail.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people who are counting on Quimir to get to the finals to represent Barbados. But this new side of Daisuke, he doesn't give a shit.
As much as I don't like the man, because that's what Frank Hunter told me to, I gotta say that was an impressive display. I've just been told by our referees that Daisuke was in fact busted open during that match, and the fact that he was able to still pick up the victory after losing an amount of blood like he did, it's pretty fucking impressive. Give credit where credit is due, if you ask me. And now we are moving on to our next match, which will be Nephthys versus Suda.
Another huge debut. Suda getting a chance to fight one of the women in the world, the Rival Pro Women's Championship match at the pay-per-view. She's taking on the woman of mass destruction, the WMD that is Grace Reyes. You saw what she did to Angela Storm.
What she did to Angela Storm was an abhorrent display of power, and I don't think that she should step foot in a rival ring ever again.
Didn't you
but
say
at
you
the
wanted
same
her-
time,
Didn't you say
at
she
the
wanted
same
to,
time,
you said you wanted her to
at
step
the
into a ring
same
with
time,
you.
I would like her to destroy me like she did Angela Storm.
Exactly. You said I want a match against Grace and I want to be handcuffed with fuzzy pink restraints. Don't you dare try and get away.
I told you that part in confidence.
You told everyone that in confidence. You were walking around the canteen holding the fuzzy handcuffs and you were saying, where's Grace? But Grace was at the gym. She was lifting more than you ever will.
It's a gradual process. I'm not going to go to a gym and immediately hit up the 200 kilograms. I have to let my body get used to it.
We both know I went to the gym and I was immediately squatting 120 kg, nearly double my weight. You need to do better.
No, I'm just saying, like, that'll benefit you in the short term for those Instagram likes. But next week when you go,
I didn't get any Instagram likes.
but when you go there next week, you're gonna try and do it. Your back's gonna collapse and your spine's gonna snap in half, and you're gonna be real.
It's funny of you to assume that hasn't already happened. It's funny of you to assume that I am not folded like a deck chair.
Is that why I always see you sat down?
That's why I'm always sat down and I'm always actually snapped in half. If you haven't noticed, I haven't got a lower section of my body. They are robotic. I am half Terminator.
Jeez, I'm just looking down. It's nothing. It's not even a penis.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a disappointment. I used to weigh 13 stone, then the legs came off, and I weighed 10 stone, and then the penis came off. Now I'm only 2 stone.
A shocking and vulgar display. Now moving on to Nephthys versus Suda.
I half thought that was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Nephthys, the Egyptian technician magician. She, as you can see in her hand, she's holding that narcissus flower native to her home country of Egypt. Definitely shows off who she is. The flower represents beauty and also jealousy. You gotta think that's a way to say to your opponents, what I do in the ring and myself, better than you will ever be.
Now coming to the ring is her opponent, Suda.
Oh, I'm excited for this one. Joshi trained. What a woman. What did we afford him with this pyro?
He didn't. I don't think Frank Hunter is happy in the back.
I just had Brian as a big helper of the women's division. She pays for that. Such a foreboding entrance for the Joshi Queen that is Suda. This is going to be a big clash of styles. A technical wrestler in Nephthys going up against the style that is trained in Japan, Suda. And there's a showing of it, a big jumping heel kick similar to the Harlem sidekick of Booker T. Strikes, high-flying, technical prowess, grappling, whatever you want, the Joshi style will find it, and she will find you center of the ring with anything, and something like that, a Kami Goye.
Now, you have to think, Mr. Dukes here. This match has the same sort of vibe as Lucy versus Love Pierce. Nephthys being a veteran so far of the Rival Pro Wrestling ring, having a match here already, but this being Suda's debut.
But you've got to think, Lucy's been doing this a lot shorter than Suda. Suda's been training for years in the Japanese dojo. She's trained over in companies like New Japan, in Fire Pro. And she has so much talent. She's one of the best in the world. I believe she's had matches against the unfortunate $1 million mistake that was Angela Storm. Them two really, really went at it over in Japan. They've had some 5-star belters as Suda getting up, avoiding a moonsault and taking control of Nephthys now.
Now, where I understand she has the history and the experience in places like Firestarter and Japan, Rival isn't those places. It is a whole different playing field, whole different set of rules, whole different vibe. Now, you can have experience anywhere you want, but just because you have that experience doesn't mean it's going to necessarily bag you to victory.
Of course, but I'm just saying, anything Nephthys can do is a good chance Suda has it in her wheelbook as well. She has so much talent, so much knowledge. Not to take anything away from Nephthys, I'm sure that all of the extra add-ons that the Joshi style gives her opponent, she will be able to scout. She's not a stupid woman.
No, I wasn't claiming that she
Oh,
understood.
an armbar! And this is what you get from the technical wizard. Maybe today, instead of a bow and arrow, going for a Juji Gatami to end her opponent.
As you remember last week, Netflix was very determined on trying to immediately get those holds in for as long as she could and as many times as she could. That's the sort of fighting style that we had from Netflix.
Yeah, she's very much she slows the pace down to her. She doesn't care too much. She's not the workhorse type. She's much more of the make you work type. She will put you down and she will tire you out over and over, and eventually you're gonna have to tap, because no matter how strong you are, Suda seems to be taking offense to the slowing down of it as she speeds the pace up herself. But as no matter how strong and how fast you are, you get hit with an armbar enough, you've lost an arm, and you'll have to tap.
No, I completely agree, especially with the comment you just made. Whenever Suda's in control, it's a nice, crisp momentum. Something's always happening. She's always flying and flinging herself about around the ring. But then once again, when Netflix is in control, it's a very slow, calm,
Methodical.
It's very calculated. She knows exactly what she wants to do, and she's going to take her time to do it because she knows that she can take her time to do it. She has that physical prowess and that knowledge and the experience to take you down.
Precisely. She's so durable. She knows that she can withstand stuff like this, but Suda's really trying to test it, trying to almost check if her elbows are made out of steel, using Netflix's head as she goes for the arm again after that failed moonsault.
So that's the thing. I don't think someone like Netflix has ever put someone like Suda.
Never.
Suda more than willing to put her body through anything to pick up the victory, no matter how long the match is going to take. And I don't think Suda's ever going to approach anyone. Oh, a single leg face buster. She now goes for the cover. 2, 3.
Picks up the win over the #1 contender.
I'm going to shut the fuck up now because Suda has clearly picked up the victory. I don't even think that could be classed as an upset victory. Both women have their own fighting styles. I don't think either women have lost any respect for each other. This could be the start of a very potential and promising rivalry.
And I've just had word from the GM Sarah Page. She's just announced that the women's title match at Disco Inferno, it's no longer a one-on-one. We have a fatal 5-way after Lucy and Love Pierce put on such an incredible match and Suda beat the #1 contender. All 5 of them women will be fighting for the chance to be the champ in an elimination fatal 5-way match.
So you're telling me it's Grace Reyes versus Suda versus Netflix versus Lucy versus Love Pierce at Disco Inferno?
I am hyped!
I'm gonna have to follow in your footsteps, oh buddy, oh pal. But right now we can't dwell on that as we move on to the main event of the evening.
As going against what you just said, I think we can dwell on it because we have been given special permission by Frank Hunter. After Disco Inferno, we are looking to the future, and as we reach the solstice in July, we will be having our second pay-per-view in July. Summer Solstice comes to you live from Rival Pro Wrestling.
Yes, Frank Hunter has told me that he has been able to sway the people over at Wembley Stadium to hold Summer Solstice.
When you look at Rival, you think we used to be in a high school gym.
In a shitty high school gym all the way across the pond in America. Now look where we are.
We have been offered. Frank Hunter was sat at his desk. He was looking at small arenas. He was looking at maybe the Old Trafford Stadium. Wembley Arena. We have in 3 weeks grown to the point where one of the biggest arenas in the world, one of the most iconic arenas in the world, has asked us to come and perform, and it is all thanks to an incredible roster, an incredible fan base. Every single person makes a wheel turn in Rival, and we couldn't thank anyone more.
So to everybody on the roster backstage right now, we just want to take this time to say we love you, we appreciate you, thank you for taking the time to be here with us at Rival Pro Wrestling.
Well,
apart from Daisuke.
apart from Daisuke.
Yeah.
Daisuke needs to shower, especially after that match. I can imagine it really, really got in Kwame's nose.
Now, I've got to say, guys, by the way, Uzbek is coming into this match surgery, like with heavy surgeries. Every time Uzbek has gone into the locker room this week, he's immediately been transported to the hospital in fear of his nose falling off after the stench of Daisuke.
Maybe if Dallas pulls the old got your nose trick, it will do good for Uzbek. Because who knows, maybe losing his nose will take away that pain, or even just pick it. Shove your finger up his nose. You can do some big damage, Dallas. Go for the nose. You have to take the mask off, and I think at this point it's welded to Uzbek's face, but who knows? Maybe the nose is where it goes.
Now, I've just been told by Frank Hunter we need to shut the fuck up and let this match take place.
I've just had word that Uzbek has blown kisses to Dallas as he leaves for his entrance. Swaggiest man alive, Dallas Dalton. He released cleaning spray for all of your Uzbek masks. I can see a lot of people in the back rows wearing Uzbek masks. The outcasts, the people that don't feel as it comfortable. Uzbek has really gathered a following of these people. The loners, the stoners, anyone who doesn't feel at home. They seem to feel that they're with Uzbek, and Dallas gracefully giving them a way to clean their masks. I get chills every time this man comes down to the ring. Look at those eyes behind the mask. I call them lifeless, but he seems most alive when he's preparing to hunt his prey in the ring.
Or in more simpler terms, beat the shit out of somebody. That's exactly what Uzbek does week in and week out. He sees his opponents, he sees what the fuck he can do to beat the shit out of someone, and he just goes for it. He doesn't have any remorse, he doesn't have any feelings, he doesn't feel regret for his actions. This man would just see someone, if they piss him off, they're gone.
Forget Jason X. This is Jason Uzbeks.
That was the shittest pun I've ever heard in my life.
I'll have you know, that was the best pun you've ever heard.
I think Stan could have come up with something better than the shit I've just heard.
Well, clearly he can't. He's not even here.
Stan is currently in the hospital seeking medical attention.
You did poke his hair out.
As now Uzbek, gets elbowed in the face by Dallas Dalton. Dallas Dalton now with the roll-up and a super kick.
Wow. That's so early on.
Dallas Dalton now picking up Uzbek. Uzbek with a kick to the gut. Now both men grappling each other as Dallas Dalton picks up the upper hand for Uzbek to... Uzbek with the reversal and a club to the face. Uzbek and another... and an enziguri.
These two, there is a lot of spite between them. Although it seems almost an endearing spite, the pair have almost had a respect while they take shots at each other verbally and finally getting into the ring with one another. I mean, Uzbek dropped an entire song on him and a knee to the shoulder.
Yeah, I do believe that Dallas Dalton does have some level of respect for Uzbek. If you remember last week or the week before, when Dallas Dalton was making beer against his match with was it Logan King?
I believe so, yes.
Dallas Dalton had no alcohol-free versions, and as we know, Uzbek is a proud Muslim who cannot drink alcohol, and so at the request of Uzbek, Dallas Dalton very gladly obliged and got his production team to make alcohol-free Logan Beer King or wherever it is.
Yeah, the Logan King beer being now halal for our friend Uzbek.
I gotta say, Dallas Dalton does show some levels of respect in that regard, but maybe he's not going to show that respect.
Oh my!
Alley-oop facebuster, taking notes from Frank Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him use that plenty of times in the past.
I've once saw a clip of Frank Hunter literally throwing someone out of a ring with that move.
That was back in his heyday. I can't imagine he can wrestle much anymore.
No, he can barely walk. Oh fuck! As now Dallas Dalton misses the knee strike, and Uzbek gaining the upper hand with a nice little kick, but Dallas Dalton, he pictured that coming. Picks him up.
You talk about Frank Hunter barely walking, these guys are barely stopping. That was a speedy exchange of strikes from both of them.
Dallas Dalton finally hitting the knee to Uzbek's face. You have to think though, any attack on Uzbek's face isn't really going to hit him with the protective gear of his mask.
On the contrary, you don't think that's a wooden or plastic or whatever that mask is made out of, that's clapping against Uzbek's face with the kick as opposed to a rubber boot. He's getting a solid object as Dallas Dalton hits pedigree.
This early into the match, 3 minutes in as he goes to the cover. 1, 2. And a kick out at 2 from Uzbek.
There's no way he's performing a song like that and then going down after a pedigree.
Now, I'm pretty sure both these men are undefeated.
Yeah, both of them 2-0. Logan King and Stan being on Dallas Dalton's hit list, while Uzbek beat Logan King as well in a tag match, getting a pin during that, and also he beat, who was his first round opponent? My apologies. It was, the Ty the Dragon, his tag partner from the first episode. Both of them as well. The only 2 competitors who have competed on every episode of Rival.
Now, that's just something that I think Frank Hunter and Sarah Ace have given them because they are always dedicating 100%.
Oh my god! Black Mass!
As he goes to the cover, he's right next to the ropes. 1, 2!
Dallas
kick out at 2.
That's a lethal kick. He hits it on nowhere like he saw. Went for a drop kick to Dallas, and Uzbek puts his arms up to protect.
Woo! Nice little chop from Dallas Dalton as Uzbek reverses the DDT and hits him with a sly arm drag. Kicks him right down to the floor as he hits a springboard moonsault.
That chop setting off the afterburner in Uzbek as he hits this huge combo of moves.
I think Uzbek is firmly in the driver's seat. I think he has Dallas Dalton written down.
Oh, we've seen this combo before. I think I know where this is going. A meteora to the face. He calls that the fade away. As he
goes to the cover. 1, 2. A kick out at 2. I gotta say, I'm not that surprised that there was a kick out at 2. Dallas Dalton can take a lot of punishment.
But Uzbek went for the kick. Gets counter tripped up. Dallas now.
Dallas going for his own finisher.
Stalking Uzbek kick to the gut. and a stomp to the head. Dallas.
This has to be Uzbek out of it. He goes to the cover. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out of 2 from Uzbek.
You've got to think there's a rock and a hard place between the boot and his own mask. What a match! As going for a second pedigree.
He hits it. Is he going to pin? No, he's going for his finisher yet again. Dallas Dalton just trying to unleash any amount of punishment he can to Uzbek. Uzbek.
Could this
Go!
Diamond Cutter out of nowhere?
With a springboard moonsault. Uzbek, you fucking crazy son of a bitch.
Fuck you, John Morales. You can't move anymore. Uzbek with the fucking black mask.
1, 2, 3. Uzbek picks up the victory in spectacular fashion.
What a match. What a main event. What an ending. Wow.
That means Daisuke versus Uzbek for the Rival Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship at Disco Inferno. Oh, I've just been informed by Frank Hunter. He has loved the performance of everybody in the tournament match this show. He's going to give the runners-up their own match at Disco Inferno, meaning we are going to see Quamir
Jabbar King
versus
against...
Dallas Dalton.
What a match! We have just had 2 huge matches. We have Dallas v Quamir and Uzbek v Daisuke for Summer Solstice. I'd love to talk about how incredible their matches will be, but we're running out of time. Thank you all for your time here tonight.
We're going to have to send you off now to your friends, your families, your lives, your jobs. Thank you so much for showing up tonight. This is Rival Pro Wrestling.
And we will see you next week
at
for Summer
Disco Inferno.